Mr. Chair, with that, this humble representation feels that the government's sovereign power is violated not only because of the losses it incurred, but even because of the laws which were violated. By analogy, Mr. Chair, this is synonymous to double jeopardy. Nalugi na ang gobyerno, winalang bahala pa ang batas ng Pilipinas. This is very alarming, Mr. Chair. And this prompts this representation to go back to the basic, to the fundamental system of the Bureau of Customs. And with that, I wish to direct my next questions to the representatives of the BOC. Please walk us through. Pakikwento po sa sambayanang Pilipino how the shipment, how the importation works, considering the tariff system and the color-coded lane which has been shared to us by our resource persons. Mr. Chair, may I ask our former commissioner, Commissioner Faeldon, Commissioner Faeldon, can we start with the import clearance certificate? What is this document and what agency issues the same?
Your Honor, I would like to go to the broader answer to the questions that I will concur with Taguba and that there is Tara since immemorial. I think,
Mr. Chair, with all due respect to Commissioner Faeldon, but this representation wished to examine the system which is happening in the Bureau of Customs step by step as to how the shipment process goes without necessarily connecting the same to the cases where Mr. Guban and Mr. Taguba were made involved with. So, ang tanong po dito, Commissioner Faeldon, is the system that we practice in general sa Bureau of Customs. And considering that for a certain period of time, kayo po'y umupo bilang head of the agency, I wish to believe that you have the knowledge about the basic system, the fundamentals which are supposed to be followed or perhaps being followed in the Bureau of Customs. Let's start with the import clearance certificate. Ano po ito, Commissioner? At ano pong ahensya ang nag-i-issue nito?
we have the Accreditation Management Office. It's popular known as the AMO. This is the office that accredits all importers. You cannot import anything if you have no accreditation, certification from that office. So during my time, we have 12,000 combined importers and brokers. And in 6 months, I delisted 4,000 of this because we have found out that they're lacking of the requirements. Some are found to be erring. So that's the first thing I did as far as trying to control these importers. So that is where the accreditation come from the Accreditation Management Officer. They're the ones who vet those applicants for accreditation so that they can do their importation.
Commissioner, can you please state again the name of the office which takes care of the import accreditation process?
Accreditation Management Office. Sila po yung nagpo-proseso, nagve-vet ng accreditation ng gusto maging importer. Accredited importers and brokers.
Will you confirm that if I have intention to import goods, the first step should be to apply an import accreditation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Without that accreditation, I cannot import goods into the country.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You made mention about 12,000 accredited importers, which later on you deleted the 4,000s because they are remiss with respect to certain requirements. Question po, Commissioner, ano po ba yung requirements natin for purposes of importers accreditation?
You have to specify in your application what specific goods you're going to import. You have to show certificate from the bank that you have deposited a specific amount that makes you capable of importing that goods. You have a verified office that can accommodate the transactions of your importation, business permits, and so the usual permits that the government issues when you establish a business, Your Honor.
For me to be able to inform this office, Commissioner Faeldon, mayroon po ba kayong pinoprovide na form where I should fill in the goods I intend to import?
Yes, Your Honor, we have the packing list that you're supposed to submit to the customs list of those goods that you're supposed to bringing into the country.
Commissioner, we're still on the process of importers accreditation.
Yes, Your Honor. There's different codes of every commodities.
But this is not yet packing list, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is international codes. All countries have the same codes of different goods. So we
Balikan po natin, Commissioner, yung goods. Ano pong form yung ginagamit sa BOC in describing the goods for the purpose of applying for importers accreditation?
I cannot remember the codes. There are thousands of codes, sir, representing specific goods, sir. But
The form is provided by the BOC.
yes, ma'am. It's
And-
also in the website. It's publicly accessible in the website of BOCs.
Is
And you
is it correct to say that in the form there are codes that you mentioned? The
Yes, ma'am.
applicant is supposed to select which code corresponds to the goods
You
he
intend to
intended
import.
to import.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. With respect to bank documents, Commissioner Faeldon, what specific document do you require?
During my time, it is the certificate of deposit because there are certain goods that require a specific percentage of amount that you have in the bank so that you can import that specific commodity. So these are the small nitty-gritties that the Accreditation Management Office has to verify before they will approve their accreditation, Your Honor.
Sir, would it be correct to say that the amount required per certificate of deposit depends on the goods to be imported?
Yes, Your Honor. If you intend to import just few items of commodities, you are not going to be required to deposit large amount of money. So it's going to be the specific percentage vis-a-vis the intended commodity to be imported. I am no longer particular about it, Your Honor, but it can be verified, Your Honor.
How about with respect to the office? What particular document do you require?
There's a list of the requirements issued by the Accreditation Management Office. These are publicly accessible in the website. So you have to go to customs and present all these documents. These are the prerequisite requirements and you'll be interviewed. And I assume the office has to be verified and all the other documents that is listed, that is submitted. by the applicant, Your Honor.
You mentioned that you verify the office address of the applicant. Is that correct?
That's supposed to be some of the requirements because some of the 4,000 we delisted, when we verified those addresses, it's actually non-existing addresses. That's why we delisted them. So there are so many importers and brokers who do that. So when we try to vet the airing and the fly-by-nights, we found out that 4,000 at least were airing. That's why we delisted them. That's during my time, Your Honor.
In other